Hey everybody, it's been about 3 months since an outrageous viral clip circulated the internet of an oddly dressed woman in a McDonald's complaining to the employees about the amount of ketchup she had found on her burger. She expressed her frustration with the excess of ketchup with bizarre hand gestures, even going so far as to smash the burger into the counter while she accused the befuddled, dumbfounded employees of making fun of her because she's on a diet. Let's review the footage and dive in.
Where's your manager? Can I speak to your manager? I asked for extra ketchup and I got what is this? What is this? This is so much ketchup. I can't eat that. Are you making fun of me because I'm on a diet? Are we going to have it? Sugar and ketchup? How do we know you're on a diet? You okay? I'm upset. Are you on drugs? Are you on something? How do we know you're on a diet? Because look, I'm just a man. I just made it. Yes, I just made it. Lower your voice, okay? Calm me down. All of this wasn't necessary. Is there anything you messed up?
The woman who posted this video to her TikTok page claims the video was sent to her by another TikTok account called Prince Bren, who as of the recording of this commentary has posted no actual videos of his own. The internet called the woman out for her strange choice of outfit. You can see her wearing what appears to be a ketchup-themed rodeo costume mixed with a yoga mom, complete with a full traditional Karen haircut, almost too perfectly to the T, and a comically oversized pair of sunglasses. Not to mention the other odd quirks that she displayed, like her ridiculously over-the-top theatrical hand motions, and obviously the fact that she slammed the burger into the counter. Some people speculated that she must have been joking while she was doing all this, while other people were angry at her behavior, the way she treated these employees, and wanted her found and fired in classic internet fashion. The video made the rounds last December, but it was about 3.5 months before the woman seen in the video would release a public apology of her own on TikTok, on her own TikTok page, which was really less of an apology and more of a response video where she claimed that she didn't do anything wrong and hated the way that she was being treated. The only other video that had been posted to her account before this one was a short morning routine video where she explained her dog food diet and featured her literally eating dog food with different condiments on it, like oat milk or habanero mustard. I know oat milk's not a condiment, but you know what I mean. We'll leave that elephant on the back burner for a moment and take a look at her response video. This is wild.
So I wanted to come out and publicly let everyone know that that was me in the video. After this video was published on TikTok, it went viral and news organizations wrote about me. And I honestly have no idea. I am simply baffled that this is possible. People found out where I work and they sent the video to my employer. I was then fired from my job. That's right, I was fired, which I find to be extremely unfair because all I was doing was going to get my weekly cheat meal. And it was the McDonald's employees that did not follow the simple directions that I asked for. So I felt that I had the right to come in and let them know that my burger was not made correctly. I did nothing wrong. Literally, I did nothing wrong. So please leave me alone. This is extremely unfair of you guys to do this to me. Thank you.
So as you can tell, this is not so much an apology video as it is a declaration of innocence. She seems incredulous that the way she treated these employees was seen by the internet as worse than their inability to put the correct amount of ketchup on her burger. The response video reignited the firestorm against her as people piled on her in the comments of the TikTok video, which, by the way, is still public along with the rest of her videos. One user said, "You did not just say you did nothing wrong after Hulk smashing your burger into the counter over ketchup." Another user speculated, "Is this a joke?" Overall, the response was roundly outrage at her declaration of innocence. I've seen some wild stuff in my extensive career as a public freakout sommelier, and some crazy responses and apologies to boot, but something about all of this just seemed off to me. It just seemed completely... There was something off here. It wasn't right. It wasn't like the other public freakouts. The hand motions, the outfit, the haircut, the dog food. I started to wonder after seeing that response video a couple of times if this could possibly be real. So I went and I took a gander at her entire TikTok page. I watched the other videos. The conclusion I came away with was one that was not expressed by any of the people who covered Ketchup Karen since her public debut at the end of last year. I think that Ketchup Karen is, in fact, yanking our chain. I think this is all a hoax. When I looked at the other videos she posted to her TikTok, I found various signs and hints that I think make this the most reasonable conclusion. Allow me to explain. Leaving the main video and response video aside, the first thing we have to consider is, of course, the dog food diet video, Elephant in the Room. This video was posted in February of this year, meaning she made and posted her first video months after this clip went viral. At first, I wondered if the dog food diet wasn't some bizarre fad that she had bought into somewhere in the obscure forums of bodybuilding.com or something. So I decided to do some research on dog food diets for humans, and interestingly enough, and probably unsurprisingly to most, there is no dog food diet. It's not even like a bizarre fad in the strange corners of the internet. Not even in the silliest fad dieting circles could I find a single mention of a human consumption of dog food as a diet. And in fact, most dog food isn't even safe for human consumption, and a simple internet search would have easily told her this. So she posted a video about a diet she was on that didn't even exist, maybe as a clever hint at the diet she referenced being on in the McDonald's Freakout clip. So that is strike one. Strike two, then, was this video, where she launches into a tirade about ketchup at the grocery store. Let's take a look.
So I wanted to let everyone know kind of why I was so angry about the ketchup, so you can kind of understand why I freaked out. So I'm at Kroger, and let's look at some of the ketchup ingredients. This is Heinz, a super popular ketchup brand. The ingredients are tomato concentrate, distilled vinegar, high fructose corn syrup, then corn syrup? The Kroger brand is tomato concentrate, high fructose corn syrup, distilled vinegar. Even Hunt's ketchup with no preservatives. Check it out. High fructose corn syrup. I hope sharing that information clears up as to why I was so upset with the McDonald's employees, and I've just decided to not get any more ketchup on my burger when I go. So please stop calling me Karen Ketchup, because it's not funny.
So 3 things right off the bat. 1, she makes sure that we see her take a bite of one of the food items that she's pulled off the shelves at this Kroger. She is in the middle of shopping and she is eating the produce. 2 is her pointing out that corn syrup is the reason she doesn't want to eat ketchup, which obviously conflicts with the knowledge that she herself ordered extra ketchup on her burger. That's why she was so upset, just because it was too much extra when she ordered extra. So, 3rd, and a bit more subtle to the point where not everyone actually caught this, look at the sweater she's wearing. This would barely be acceptable at an ugly sweater Christmas party. It's certainly not trip to the grocery store attire. I guess you could write that off as just her being a little loony, but this seems like the kind of thing you would wear in a joke video. And at this point, I guess it was the sweater that did it for me, folks, but at this point it seemed so obviously fake that I decided to see if I couldn't track this woman down, who she actually is. You know, surely she had to have some other public material. This couldn't have been her first. So that was my logic, at least. And lo and behold, guess what, folks? I did find her, and exactly as expected, she is a full-blown satirist. Not saying she's a funny satirist, but she is a satirist. She makes joke videos. And as far as I could find, not a single news organization that reported on this story figured this part out. She runs an Instagram account called Sammy on the Scene, where she does interviews asking people prank, dumb, ridiculous questions to see how they respond on camera. Here's a picture of her from one of those videos, which clearly, beyond a shadow of a doubt, proves that Ketchup Karen is actually this woman. In December of last year, Sammy on the Scene uploaded this video to her Instagram page, this original freakout with the caption, "I'm working on a very serious Karen documentary to try and change the narrative of how people think of women named Karen. Karens are mad chill. It's the normal uptight ones that aren't. Let's stop calling them Karen, or if you really want, Sammy. I'm okay with that." The admission that this was a satirical performance, however, did not go over well with the few people who made it this far down the Ketchup Karen rabbit hole and figured all this out. The top response, with 115 likes, read, "So you're busted for doing this, it's on Twitter explaining what you did, but you're still not answering the question people are asking you here, which is, were the McDonald's employees aware of your prank before you did the video, and did you clean up your mess on the counter? If not, then you're a POS. Oh, and you're replying with, read the caption still does not answer the question posed above, and others have asked you as well." Dozens of other comments reflected this same sentiment. So in the end, yes, it was all a satirical performance, but Tammy's failure to address concerns that she didn't let the employees in on the prank and was actually kind of just making their day miserable for her, the sake of her performance for Instagram or whatever, for TikTok, ended up embroiling her in a whole different scandal with the few people who figured out who she was. In the end, though, this was all an elaborate hoax that the vast majority of the internet completely fell for, and it turns out that this woman's bizarre sense of humor is a theme across all of her content. What she does with this newfound infamy, if anything, remains to be seen. I do hope she let those employees in on the joke, because if she didn't, I happen to agree with everyone else that that would be kind of messed up. It's not, they're just trying to get a paycheck, folks. We say it here all the time. Like, leave them alone. So that concludes Ketchup Karen's bizarre tale, officially proven this is a hoax. However, since I have you here and we're only at 12 and a half minutes, I want to update you on Wrong House Home Invader guy from the video I published a couple days ago on Public Freakouts Unleashed. So one of the people who lived there posted this video to TikTok on the same account that the original video of the guy who breaks in was uploaded, now deleted, though he claims not to be the same guy who uploaded that video. Let's listen to what he has to say.
All right, here's some background information and update info on the Wrong House video. For starters, the girl I was dating at the time threw a Halloween party. That explains the bats and the bloody curtains. Number two, for all the people saying, why didn't you do nothing? I wasn't there. Me and her got in an argument. I left and went to another party. While I was gone, that guy showed up, kicked the door in. We're just gonna call the guy Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons decided his best move was to start recording and screaming at the guy like. Other than that, the guy ended up turning himself in. He has court coming up in April. Oh, the people he was looking for, the kid that ran his daughter over or owed him money or whatever, yeah, they lived right next door. Their door was about 7 feet away from our door, so yeah, that guy's just an idiot.
So this guy claims that it's not actually him who is recording this video. Some of the commenters said, BS, you just didn't want to own the fact that you didn't do anything to this guy for breaking into your house and kind of cowered there. So I don't know if that's true or not. This could be a totally different guy. I think their voices sound similar, but not quite the same. And you can hear he called that guy Dungeons and Dragons and called him a little B. So that seems to insinuate that if they're not the same person, he has very little respect for the guy who recorded this video. Also interesting to note that the way he tells this story, it makes it seem as though this guy, this red-haired dude, got into a fight with his girlfriend, left this party they were throwing at the house that he lived at, and then this other guy came to hang out with his girlfriend after he left. Might be why it's now his ex-girlfriend. Anyway, there wasn't really enough to work with material-wise for like a full episode dedicated to this conclusion, but I wanted to make sure, just because of the number of people who requested that I cover it, that everybody kind of got to see the conclusion to this story. It obviously super fascinating footage. Sounds like the guy turned himself in. He seemed really ashamed at the end of that video. And to be fair, I saw a lot of people on the internet sticking up for this guy, saying, you know, this is Big Daddy energy, and like, you know, he's just worried about his daughter. Perhaps he went a little far. Anyway, that's our show. Yeah. So I'll see you tomorrow.